about. Trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist. Am I worth anything or just discount? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
That was the great sounds of Wata with Outside on WNHH 103.5 FM New Haven. This is Easy Blues sitting in for Preston on the Preston and Easy Blues show. Preston has gone off to find the importance of a whisper. And that is one of the most incredible things that we could go about there. But today, I want you to put your hands together, not if you're driving. If you're driving, please keep your hands at 10 and 2, because we have the fantastic, the amazing, the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious Paranormal Adam in the building. Put your hands together. Big ups, big ups. Welcome, Benvenue, and how have you been?
Been great. How you been, brother? It's been a minute.
It's been a
It's been
hot
a long
minute.
time.
It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute. I mean, a lot of things have transpired since then. Obviously, you've got some new music out, which the new single is dope, by the way.
Could you hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, you're good. Okay, I see and hear you now.
All right.
So you're dropping new music. You're going about it, and you had a big this big celebration coming up in a week.
Yes. Week and a half, a week. Yep, 2 weeks, pretty much.
2 weeks, week
Yeah.
and a half. This is probably going to air on like a Monday, so I figured it'd probably be the following Friday.
hmm Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
but yeah, no. So, what has made you go back to your roots of planning these celebration parties? Because you've been doing this for a long time, but you got off track and going and doing some touring and different things like that.
Yeah.
What brought you back to the roots of, the Love Foundation connection, Love movement?
Just not being satisfied with the way a lot of live shows go these days.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, and I think that they have to go back to where it's the ocean in the venues. I
Okay.
think don't get me wrong, because I see more of the artistry getting better.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't treat our artists like super amateurs. You know what I mean? Like I see people working, I see a lot of artists working on their craft. And don't get me
Mm-hmm.
wrong, there's still some that needs work, but these are the spaces where we need to get better. You know what
Right.
I mean? So, and the artists that I've been going on tour with and meeting, I feel we just deserve better accommodations and respectistry,
Mm-hmm.
and respecting us as the performers.
Right.
That and like you said, we've been doing this for a while, and that hit us pretty hard. So we did our first one at 18. We're going to do this annually, the big celebrations.
Right.
We're going to, spread love movement, and we had the reunion on it because I feel everyone that I came in contact, these tours and meeting people, we're family now.
Right.
Like if you do like 5-day tours with these people, if you don't get connected to them, then it may be something wrong with yourself.
Right.
You have to connect with we're out there on the road. Like even if we're not from the same with people from like Vermont to Boston to Philly to New York. So, but we became a strong unit. So I just want to play like we're appreciated and have a good venue to perform in and good sound quality and
Mm-hmm.
everything like that.
Now, that is one of the key things, and
So the
I don't think.
return to you were speaking.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that's one of the most incredible things with what you're doing is the fact that you are continuously giving back while moving forward. Did that come off all right?
That's what I try to do.
Yeah.
Like, and not even yeah, that came off perfect. It's not, and it's just it's in my heart because I'm an artist also, and
Hmm.
I feel if you promote these shows, you are an artist. Or if you were an artist, you should feel the same way. You know how it goes. You're an artist too, and you have a
Hmm.
band. You know how it is.
Oh yeah. It is a constant thing where, you're no longer just the artist itself. Now you're a content creator, you're an artist, you're a performer, you're a personality. You have to be all of these different things other than just being locked up in your room creating your art.
And also being a friend,
Hmm.
because it's sometimes it's hard to keep a relationship like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well, especially in
If ego come into play.
stole the words right out of my mouth. Literally stole the words out of my mouth. No, that's ego comes to is and to me, ego is the death of an artist. Is when ego comes through and it becomes more about the ego or the self than the art itself, then it's the death of the art itself.
Yes, definitely.
So you wear multiple hats. What is your favorite hat? Is your favorite hat still being an artist, or do you like being like an event producer?
It's
Hmm.
equal to me.
Okay.
And but just like anything else, when you're doing this one, this is when you're doing the music, you're in the studio, you're writing, that's the best thing. But then now, when it's time to create the space to perform, that becomes it. So it's all together to me.
Right.
I love it all at the same. It's all equal.
So what is new in your writing in particular?
Like the challenge.
Nice. That's what I love to hear. That is the most beautiful
Um,
thing. I want to rewind that back for a second. Hold on. We're going to rewind it back as Jay Osu would do. We're going to take that back, and it's about the challenge. That is the most beautiful thing an artist can ever say
yeah,
is it's about that challenge. It's about that tightrope walk that you do as an artist, that you sit there and you're not quite sure if it's going to go or it's not going to go,
yeah,
but it has to come out because if it doesn't come out, it eats your soul.
mm,
That is the most beautiful thing of
yeah.
as an artist.
Yeah, it feels like regret. Then you're sitting there
Hmm.
and like, should I have done that? And then the worst thing you could do is see another on television or something come out with somewhat something similar to your vision, and you, dang,
Yep.
I should have just went for it. You
Yep.
know?
That has happened so many
Yeah. So,
times.
yep. That's how it is, man.
Yep. You're like, oh, I have this great idea, and then like 6 months later, you see the idea on TV. You're like, oh man, man, if I'd only knew how what I'd known
Yeah.
then, what I know now.
Yeah.
You know. But now that we are getting into these
That's definitely it.
now that we're getting into these crazier times and the world is definitely a lot more unstable than it was before, I feel the artists are the most important things out there. We are the ones that tell the stories that really will paint how history falls. Where do you fall in that aspect of responsibility?
Um, just just staying true to myself. That because that's how I always been. So I just look. I'm a part-time change as I change, and I feel
Mhm.
like as a human being, we all should do that. Everyone can't take that same path, but when it comes to creating, yeah, that's what it's all about. I've been rapping and writing about a lot of the stuff that's going on now
Mhm.
before because certain things has always been happening. You know
Right.
what I mean? So it's interesting to me when people say, order or change. This country's been a whole bunch of trees and bad hard times. So
Mhm.
they're different times. So, not saying that this is me, but um I always felt, I'm not gonna say on the level of artistry, but I always felt like I'm a Martin Gaye and that,
Mhm.
when civil rights movement was happening and you had Vietnam going on and everything and it's hard. Like I just want to write. for for my heart and what the people that's going through stuff can relate to.
Right.
You know, that's it. Just go with the time.
That's awesome. That's incredible. And what's I love that aspect where you can stay completely adaptable to the time and whether that be the style in which you were doing it or the subject matter and then taking that style and warping the subject matter to fit the style itself is one of the most incredible things we can do as an artist. It's one of the things that's reason why I always call it scientist. It's what we do is science. You got to find that right
Yeah.
formula to make sure that that goes from point A to point B and it goes so really. And you've been phenomenal in translating your catalog into a live show. You are a storyteller in that story in the live show aspect of it. How much time do you spend working on the actual performance?
Uh, that's interesting. I spend as much time as I spend on my 9 to 5 because
Mm-hmm.
what I do I'm able to also I have that headspace to create and think about things. I'm on my feet, so so all the ideas come from work. So it's like work of a motivator is like a motivation to me also because I have to be aware and up. So this is
Right.
where I have some of my most energy throughout the day
Mm-hmm.
and just creating. Now, the creative process is different from just the thought process to come up with what I want to come up with to the actual recording process.
Mm-hmm.
And then thinking about, okay, whatever I'm recording, how easy or how difficult, and here we go back to the challenging, will this particular song translate to the stage in the live performance? So
Right.
it's all great. I love it. It's all preparing, and my mind never stops. To which I could just give myself a lobotomy, so just for like at least an hour or so I can have clear mind space and then go back to it because my head's just so many ideas and thoughts and everything.
Right. Now, you've always been a voice kind of the voiceless. You speak about a lot of the actual topics, like you said before, you try to go about it from the Marvin Gaye type of aspect. I'm going to give you good music, good quality music, but it's also going to have this incredible message, like of what's going on. Um, what made you formulate that type of aspect? Because there's a lot of people here just to make that quick buck and be gone. And you're not, this is the difference between an
Yeah.
artist and someone who is just a flash in the pan. You're an artist who's been doing this for a while now. Why is it so important for your art for you to stay true to yourself?
Well, it's simple because I can't know about myself. So that's the simple answer right there. That's just me.
Right.
And I'm to know that, and I feel blessed that I am that type of person to have that heart to put that in my music. I don't have to worry. I'm not chasing anything. I'm not chasing a sound. I'm not chasing. I'm not chasing anything like that. I've I've been listening to music all my life, and then probably half my life understanding how the industry works.
Right.
So perfect example. Here it was Jay-Z and Nas.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, now you don't select great beats. But if you really look at it, Nas's catalog ages better than Jay-Z's because the sound was for that time.
Mm-hmm.
And Nas talk that are relevant to what's going on. Jay was talking about what he was talking about. Don't get me wrong, Jay is a awesome like lyricist, but when it comes to writing and making music that's timeless.
Mm-hmm.
And timeless, timeless is it's not just one thing. When music is timeless, it starts with the creation and the writing, but then people have to like it. It has to be good music.
Yep.
So everything has to work together.
Right.
So,
No, that's
so
That is one of the key things where everything does have to work together. And that's when it is so super important because I say it all the time. I quote Bob Dylan, if you're going to be an outlaw, you better be honest. You know, you have to be yourself. You
Yeah.
have to be yourself on channel 11, just turned up as high as humanly possible and really out there. And that's one of the things that I love the most about your performance is it is that energy. It is that energy level. It is that same type of like I love having you on rock shows because there's not an energy dip, which is dope. So
Yeah,
thank you for
I
that.
love rock shows. Yeah,
Right.
thank you. That's just touring with like a lot of
Mhm.
punk bands and rock
Yep.
bands. I learned a lot,
Yeah.
you know, and you have to get out of that box,
Hmm.
and that's it. It's if you borrow, there's a difference between stealing and borrowing,
Hmm.
and I believe like borrowing is more, you know, it's a form of endearment. You showing that you respect you respect this, and I just want to take a little something of that, a little bit of that,
Hmm.
because that'll work for me,
Right.
and I do that all the time. You got artists got to do homework.
Hmm.
You have to do homework. You have to watch video, look at artists, and not just in your genre of music. Because if you want to look at like rappers, you have to go out. You have rounds. You have to look at the Doobie Brothers. Like, these are the people that inspire my music and my type of performance. Sly, the Family Stone. Like, if
Hmm.
I want to make an album, my favorite album, like you know what I mean. So,
Right.
but you have to go outside of the box and learn other artists.
Right. No, that's one of the key things, and that's one of the things that I love. You know, we have that freedom in Shame Penguin where there is no rules. You know, it's not only a bad idea if it doesn't work. You know, and that's one of the key things. And we
Yeah.
actually I took this. I was penning out a battle rap. Yes, I was penning out a battle rap, and we've now converted it into this incredible punk rock song. You know, where literally I get to quote Mobb Deep in the mid, like, I get to say, because there ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. You know what I'm saying? It's just so dope to be able to
Yeah.
say that and to get that pop and to get that one or two people who are like, yo, that's Mobb Deep. Like this
Yeah.
crazy bearded white man is saying stuff about Mobb
Yeah.
Deep. I think that's one of the most incredible experiences that I could have. And I love that about it. And I love that about any type of music that can sit and make me want to do some research and make me want to find out like, oh, where did that sample come from? Where did that horn come from? Why does
Yeah.
that progression sound so different? And then to discover the original aspect of it. And I differ from you. I feel much like a lot of the artists out there, good artists borrow, but great artists steal. I feel we steal as much as humanly possible.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You, you know,
Oh yeah.
I've
Yeah.
stolen so much
Yeah.
from James Brown, like he should sue me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's what you do, and that's why I say everyone has to do their homework because you can see the good guy, So you look at any accent, Cliff Brown, it's Jackie Wilson, it's Fred Astaire, it's all these guys. It's all those steps.
All those steps here on WNHH 103.5 FM New Haven. I am Easy Blues stepping in for Preston for the Preston and Easy Blues show. And we are here with Paranormal Adam talking about the incredibleness of being an artist. And now for this segment, I really want to focus on this incredible event you have coming up in about a week and a half. What is
Yes,
so
sir.
beautiful about the reunion, the Love Movement reunion show? What is so beautiful about this is you're reaching out to family members. These are people that you've been on the road with. These are people that you have written with. These are people who you're related to, if we're being honest. Out there killing it. What made you highlight this particular crew for this re-up of the reunion? And I'm going to call it the re-up of the reunion.
Yeah. Well, because I have my dream lineup. Like if I wanted my dream tour of if you want to call us underground artists, independent artists, and everybody that I asked, and they all didn't make it. They all were not able to be able to show. But these are like my favorite artists. I love these guys. These are guys that me on stage. I look at them and say, well, we might have to change, you know what I mean, or something like that. So, and I don't like shows that are not strong.
Right.
People come, if they're going to spend money and to see artists that are not nationally known, they deserve to find and listen to someone that they are going to like and want to follow. And I feel like this lineup will keep every. I don't like shows with the long or intermissions or anything. And this I want a comfortable vibe. That's what I want. So
Right.
yeah, so this is like my dream lineup. So to start it back up, because I we wanted we our plan was to do this annually.
Right.
Since we're coming back this year for the first time, most likely we'll do this by the end of the summer, do another one.
Right.
I want to two like back to back just to keep it going,
Mm-hmm.
basically. Yeah, like that. I love strong shows. I love every artist that's on this. And I believe that I have good enough taste that the people that pay good money and come to see the show will show also.
Right. And
Yeah.
also,
And I have Connecticut, New Haven. Well, I was saying I have Connecticut,
mhm.
Camden, New Haven, representing via Boston. I have New York and Philly, like representing. So North Carolina, South Carolina. So this just is appreciation. Bridgeport, appreciation to all the artists that let them know. Like I hope an invitation from me is an honor, like, because
Right.
I love all the artists.
Now that's the key. What do you think? Because this is your dream lineup. So what do you think is the hidden gem in this lineup? What is the act out of everybody that people are gonna be like, I was not expecting that, and that was dope.
It's gonna be our headliner.
Mm.
Our headliner, uh, Kufas and Christina Lee, from Philly and
Hmm.
Jersey. They're awesome. I love them. Uh, so I think, yeah, I think people will get a little kick, a wow out. I didn't expect that.
Right.
Yeah,
That's one of the key things.
but shoot, I got like five hidden acts.
Right.
Not including me. I'm
Right.
good. I'm just here to just a little bit and watch the show that I want to see.
Right. That's one of the most important things. And for everyone that is sitting out there and trying to book shows and put together shows, start putting together bills you want to see. Start putting together with people you want to hang out with. When you start to do that, you'll actually build a following and an audience that is so much deeper because these are other people who are going to understand and feel it on your level. So when people come up to me like, "How do you put together a show?" I look at it like we got the show coming up in March. I got Haunting Titans and the New Haven Ravens. I just love those people and want to hang out with those people on my birthday. Like these are just people I invited to my birthday party, and we just happen to have it at Cafe Nine, and people can come and hang
Mhm.
out. It's one of the key things to do. You know, what brought that for you? Because I know that you went from it from a more of the business aspect and more the industry aspect of it, but you now have this incredible love for the talent itself and the artists themselves. What has kept that alive in you?
Watching all these artists, they
Hmm.
they they motivate me. I see people coming out with everything. They promote themselves. They come up with all the concepts, and you know, watch. And I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff, but these guys are putting out product, like, and
Hmm.
they're pushing stuff, and I'm doing a lot of behind the scenes. I'm writing and doing all this stuff, and I know people say, "Well, you coming out with a project, this and that." Yeah, I am, but I freedom of when I'm ready.
Right.
You know, I don't post anything saying coming coming at 12 o'clock tonight,
Right.
my new single or anything. If I drop any, and that's just me. So like I said, I get the motivation is just watching or everyone.
Yep.
I would just want to give our community just cool space for all of this. So where we feel comfortable, like, and if it's hip hop, we need to take hip hop back. Like it's time for it's time for a civil war of this. Like
Hmm.
it's not ours anymore. Then if we're gonna do it, we have to keep it up. Ours, we have to create these shows.
Right.
We do too much reaching.
That right there. And again, I want to rewind that, play that back. We need to create these shows. That is one of the most important things that are out there. It was the fact that, Run DMC put Beastie Boys on the tour with them. It was the fact that, they put these artists around them that were that special and that important. LL Cool J was on tour with Run DMC and they were building off this type of aspect while breaking free. But now we're also at a point in time where capitalism plays a huge part in it. And here we are sitting more in a time where hip hop is more towards the capitalistic aspect of it, and people are getting their paychecks. I'm not knocking that. Pour salt, I never pour salt on anyone else's hustle. But what I'm saying is now is more important than ever to fight back and really establish what the culture of hip hop is. Not necessarily what hip hop is as a sound, but as a culture, what it is, because that you can't buy the culture. You can buy the clothes, you can buy the music, but you can't buy the culture. You've got to live that. That's a lived experience. Um, why is it so important again? And I'm going to hammer this home till I'm blue in the face to say so true to who you are and where you come from in particular. Look, you could have thrown this amazing reunion show anywhere, but you're doing it in New Haven. Where particularly in New Haven, if you want to drop that address right now for that self plug?
I don't have the actual address, but it is the Whitneyville Commons on Whitney Avenue in Hamden.
Mm-hmm.
And the flyer, I don't have it handy, but yes, in Hamden, Connecticut, the Whitneyville Commons. Um, yes, I don't have the actual number of the address,
I
but
I've
yeah,
got
I
you.
know a
I've
lot of
got you.
events go on there. But if you look up Whitneyville Commons,
Whitneyville Commons,
and it's a
1253.
nice.
Whitneyville Commons, 1253 Whitney Avenue in Hamden.
Yeah,
Tickets are advance
yes.
$10 and at the door $15. You also have a VIP ticket included for $25. What is the VIP tickets there, and why is that? Why have we decided to go into the VIP market? I know that's something that a lot of touring acts have been doing, the VIP aspect where you can give the audience a little bit
Hmm.
more behind the scenes, can give them that special time for that photo, or that autograph session, or even rocking a rhyme session with an artist. Why is that VIP package so important?
Hmm. Well, it's important if it's for like you can eat food. It's always it includes you can have food, gonna be great food and open bar for you also
Hmm.
where if you don't get the VIP, you don't want to eat, that's cool. But and the drinks won't be super expensive, but then
Right,
you'll have to
right.
pay for drinks. And I want this to feel I want the artist to feel special. So we have
Hmm.
a green room where the
Hmm.
artists have their own green room where there's food for them and also and it's if you get VIP and if you like take you know take kindly to then it'd be cool. The artist can bring say, hey, come back here with me, you can chill with me for a little bit or whatever like that. So I just wanted to be fun and I want the like I said, I'm very artist oriented because I am one and I feel special. know some artists feel great when they feel like they get to go on last. I'm older now. Last is too much for me. Put me in the middle.
Yeah.
But because they feel like headliners. You know what I mean? So about and I want this show to be where if you go on first, you don't feel like you're first.
Yeah.
Like if you come on first, you gotta have that attitude like, all right, well, whoever come on after me, and these are the artists that I put on. Like
Right.
it's not about I don't want to go first. I don't want. But and I get it. It's
Right.
basically as long as the house has enough people in there, because artists want to perform in front of people.
Right.
So I get that.
No, it's key. I actually love the first position because
And try
I
to give them an orbit.
well, I was saying I love the first
Mhm.
position because I'm a little combative when it comes to stuff
Yeah.
like that. I am, my performance mind was formed by watching Great Balls of Fire when you have this incredible scene where
Hmm.
Chuck Berry and Jerry Lee Lewis are arguing about who goes on after who, and there's no way no one follows Chuck Berry. So Jerry Lee Lewis goes out there, plays Great Balls of Fire, takes his whiskey, pours it all over his piano, lights his piano on fire, finishes the song, walks off stage, and goes, "Go on after that." That's the type of performer I love to be. So I love when someone goes, "I hate going on after you." Like, I'm like, it's
Yeah.
cool. Just bring more energy, and it'll be fine. And that should be the elevation of the
Mhm.
show.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. That's it. Friendly competition.
Yeah.
And I feel everyone knows that. It's love. Like listen, and then you rock it. You're gonna get your respect. You got your pop. You killed that.
Hmm.
You got me tonight.
Yep.
And that's true. Yeah. Like I got a lot of entertainers, and that's another thing. There's not too many rap artists that are entertainers.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm in the house. So and that's it.
There you go. That's the title.
Um,
That's the
yeah,
title of your next record. Is the
shit. I
death.
hope it should be awesome.
Right. The title of your next record should be "The Death of the MC." Because the Master of Ceremonies is almost gone from it right now.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Where the performing aspect is there.
Yeah,
I see a lot
yeah.
of people just standing there, and just and don't get me wrong, some of the stuff they're spitting is really technical and very difficult to do. But it's also not difficult to take a step to the right when you do it. Put your toe in the
Yeah.
water, try to jump around a little bit, get a little
Hmm.
aggressive with it, show a little bit of passion, show that these
Hmm.
words matter to you. Really, really care because that's what the audience wants. The audience wants to go
Hmm.
on this passionate ride
Yeah.
with you. The audience almost wants to artistically make love to you right there and then, and you've got to really, really be there and have that beautiful aspect. And I think that's one of the top things that I love about going to see your show. And I can't wait to see this lineup really stack up against each other because of that friendly competition that's going to be between all those. Plus, you got the Swank Mob on the bill, and I love those guys to death. Those are that's family. So
Yeah. Family all good. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So I'm on the road. Yeah, I want some of the great artists I see on the road to see what we have home. So
Right.
this is it. I get to have it all. Hopefully
Mhm.
that, I just say hopefully because everything is, just God, just make it happen, right? So, but and also this is about hip hop, but I want all type of music, more,
Mhm. Of course.
so it's gonna expand. And like the first year
Right.
we did, we have live bands and everything. So it was just like I had to get this going as soon as possible because I had to have a venue last year, but I
Right.
had to cancel it. So I had to get it going because I didn't want to lose my money. But
Right.
so where it's even more organized. But yeah, this is about like hip hop. So like shoot, I'm gonna have. DJ Prime, he's doing my sound. So this is
Mm.
real hip hop
Mm-hmm.
concert style stuff. So I got, and this is about honoring and giving flowers. So we're honoring DJ Toot Ski and
Mm-hmm.
we're honoring DJ Prime also on the evening.
Nice.
So we normally, we started, we're going to honor one, but it's been so long we went there. And we already booked up who we got honoring for, the upcoming events because we have to do that. Like we do this for a reason.
Right.
And but we don't have to do it for the shine. Do it. I mean, that's what I'm doing it for. Like,
Right.
so yes, we will be honoring Tootski, DJ Tootski, and DJ Prime,
Right.
like that, the head of the vinylistics. If you don't know, you definitely will know. And this is what it's all about. I want all my family from Lee and Boston
Mm-hmm.
and the Carolinas to come up and see what I came up with.
Yes.
Like I came to, you know what I mean? Like, so they can see that we have love for this and we appreciate our greats.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a culture here. I feel the culture here in our areas is, and I'm being really fine, is a little divided, but we got to get it together. It's a lot of bridges that's been, and we got let's rebuild
Right.
old to the new.
Right.
And I feel that's where I feel like I'm a part of that link in that chain because I'm so surprised how many still rock with me like that.
Right.
And I respect that. And they always gonna get my respect.
Heck yeah. Respect is one of the most important things you can do in this game, and it's one of the most important things you can do, period. No matter what the caliber of human you are, however you identify, whatever caliber of human you are, that is the respect level to take on to that next level itself and to highlight that next level itself. And that's one of the most glorious things we have here on WNHH 103.5 FM New Haven. Easy Blues sitting in for Preston for the Preston and Easy Blues show, sitting talking with Paranormal Adam, talking about the Love Movement reunion show coming up on the 15th at the Whitney Commons in Hamden, right?
Yes, correct.
Nice. Just want to make sure. I just want to make sure. I gotta drop the plug correctly.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
But
Yes,
now that
sir.
we're winding down on the show and different things like that, but now I want to really focus on the advice that you have for that next generation. You've always been, like I said, someone who wants to step forward while keeping a hand back. And you're always trying to give back to that next generation.
Hmm.
What do you see in this next generation that I think is going to surprise everybody?
I think we're gonna see a resurgence of some real thought conscious
Hmm.
activity. I just don't want to say music, but activity with followed with the music. You know what I mean? So yeah, I yeah. The thing about I see that happening in the industry,
Right.
but now I just want to see how how many steps behind are the underground artists because they're still chasing that. And I hope we're out of the stage of chasing that bag.
Right.
Like if I'm pretty sure most of us that are artists now, like underground artists, we have 9 to 5s. So that's
Hmm.
the bag we chasing.
Right.
That's the bag we chasing. That's what pays the rent and the bills. So now I hope you chase a bag for this culture. I hope you chasing the integrity of the culture. That's the bag we need to be chasing. You know what I mean? Like so let's chase the honor, the respect, and do your research and study your history of hip hop. Hip hop is a culture. It's not a genre of music. Rap is the genre
Right.
of the music. That's the music form. And if you know anything about the culture, that is an element. The music is the element, and that's the rap part. So, that's what I believe I'm gonna see that.
Right.
We need intelligence.
Mm.
We need young intellectuals and being intelligent. And that don't mean you have to be spitting big words and all of that, but just show common sense. Let's start there. Let's
Yeah,
start there first.
that'd be fantastic. That'd be fantastic. And
You
even
know.
like it's so funny because I've always looked at hip hop going back from generation upon generation. I've you can actually take and I think Busta Rhymes actually did it. You can take the old Dr. Seuss books and you can actually find where the pentameter hits. So you can actually really wind up spitting one fish,
Mhm.
two fish, red fish, blue fish, that different type of aspect of it. So it's something that's been in the culture for so long, so many generations back. Now it's at the point in time where,
Mhm.
again, capitalism is kind of, now do you want your Wu-Tang to sell you your BMW? I'm not sure I want my Wu-Tang to sell me my BMW, but I'm down for
Mhm.
Wu-Tang Wednesdays at Nolo at the pizza, to listen to some Wu-Tang on vinyl and eat some
Mhm.
pizza.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That's where I want my capitalism to
Mhm.
take my Wu-Tang. That's just me.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. That's part of that war.
Hmm.
You said earlier, it's I believe that you could buy the coin if you could if you brainwash it enough, you could buy it. You can sell it. You can
Hmm.
sell some stuff that they'll buy. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You could so it's not actual buying it, but you could sell these kids and they'll buy offsprings of they want to call hip hop, and
Hmm.
that could cause a lot of trouble. That can
Hmm.
cause that can affect. I know you guys. You and my two brothers. You and Preston and that and that old guy that you. I ain't gonna say his name because he loves attention. But y'all do y'all stuff about
Three nerds venting.
all that stuff could cause all these other little yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That all can cause different time frames and all this stuff so it's like listen, this is the reality right here, like this is reality what we do, like trying to put
Amen.
these shows trying to get into these venues, they won't let us in there or we can't, we're sending emails and all that stuff. This is a new way, but listen, let's email each other, let's try to put these together. We have to put stuff. Hip hop was created because of the lack of the resources that we did not have. And now, when the powers that be or all these people that have ownership things, they want to, control the narrative of what we do with our culture. If we we can't, we won't allow, we don't want you here. We don't want you to have a show or won't get back for some strange reason. Like I don't know. Before the COVID, it was I, this was lovely for me. I could get Cafe Nine, I can get Stella Blues. I don't know. After like going back to the nerds venting after the blip,
Yep.
after that blip of 2020, I don't know. And I both agree. I can't go nowhere, so I don't know.
Right.
But that's why I'm doing my own thing now, and hopefully
Right.
want to be a part of that whole community, that scene, because we have quality art to put
Hmm.
out there, and we should have the opportunity to have these platforms.
Yes. It's one of the most important things out there.
And that's the fourth nerd venting right
that
there.
is the fourth. No, but it's so super important. Like right now, especially, after the pandemic with venues closing down and all that different type of things, we lost a ton of venues. We've lost the State House. We've lost Never Ending Books. We've lost a ton of venues that you could have put these type of shows on. Now you got to go to like Witch Bitch, or you got to go to Cafe Nine, which again I'll never speak badly of Cafe Nine because I love them. Cafe Nine or Stella Blues or something along those lines. You've got to go that aspect, but you still have to get people to come out. You need to support local music, support the scene that's out there. Tomorrow's Grammy Award winner is playing in your backyard today. Trust me on that. And I say that on WNHH 103.5 FM New Haven. Easy Blues speaking for Preston. This has been a heck of a show talking with Paranormal Adam. We expect to see you all on the 15th of February for the Love Reunion. Let's make it happen today, folks. Thank you so much.
Wondering what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know.